The art of gratitude, mastering hosting etiquette in modern society. In an age where social interactions are increasingly digital, the art of hosting remains a powerful way to build connections, foster community, and demonstrate personal refinement. For those who value elegance and considerate behavior, understanding modern hosting etiquette is essential, not only to create memorable experiences but also to leave lasting impressions that reflect your character and values. This guide delves into the nuanced world of hosting etiquette beyond mere surface-level customs, exploring how thoughtful gestures can elevate any gathering from ordinary to extraordinary. Whether you're hosting intimate dinners or larger events, these principles will help ensure every guest feels appreciated, respected, and genuinely welcomed. The foundation of respectful hosting. A well-hosted event begins long before guests arrive. It starts with genuine consideration for your invitees' needs and comfort levels. This means carefully reviewing invitations, confirming dietary restrictions, and being mindful of potential sensitivities related to timing, duration, and activity types. Personalized communication demonstrates respect and shows that you've invested time in understanding each guest's preferences. Sending handwritten notes instead of mass emails adds warmth and sincerity to the invitation process, creating anticipation rather than obligation. Versatile seating arrangements can make a significant difference in guest satisfaction. Consider offering options between formal dining settings and casual lounge areas depending on the group dynamic and purpose of the event. Always be prepared to accommodate last-minute changes without causing discomfort. Anticipating practical needs is another key element of respectful hosting. Provide clear parking instructions, especially at unfamiliar venues. Offer refreshments upon arrival to ease transitions between activities, and ensure accessibility features are available when necessary. Review guest lists thoroughly to avoid unintentional conflicts or exclusions. Create backup plans for unexpected weather changes or technical issues. Prepare emergency contact information for both hosts and guests alike. Cultivating an atmosphere of comfort and inclusion. An inclusive environment ensures that all attendees feel valued regardless of their background or relationship to the host. This requires conscious effort to create spaces where everyone has equal opportunities to participate and contribute meaningfully. Be particularly attentive during introductions, using full names unless given permission otherwise. Allow sufficient time for conversation flow by avoiding overly structured agendas that might limit spontaneous interaction among participants. Language sensitivity plays a crucial role in fostering inclusivity. Avoid slang terms that could exclude certain demographics, and be cautious about topics that may cause discomfort such as politics, religion, or deeply personal matters unless they come up naturally through discussion. Visual elements also impact the overall atmosphere. Choose decor that reflects diversity while maintaining aesthetic harmony. Be aware of cultural symbols whose meanings might differ significantly across communities. Adaptable conversation starters help maintain engagement without pressuring anyone into sharing more than they're comfortable with. Prepare several neutral yet intriguing topics that encourage natural dialogue without imposing expectations. Diverse activity selection ensures there's something appealing for different interests within the same space. Mix traditional games with contemporary alternatives so all generations find enjoyment in shared activities. Silent periods are equally important. Allow moments of quiet reflection without feeling obligated to fill them with forced conversation. Recognize that some people prefer solitude even in social settings. Exit strategies should be considered thoughtfully. Ensure guests know how to leave gracefully if they need to depart early, providing discreet pathways and alternative exit points when possible. Navigating digital etiquette in social settings. The integration of technology into our daily lives presents new challenges for maintaining appropriate boundaries during face-to-face gatherings. While smartphones offer convenience, they can also become distractions that undermine the quality of interpersonal connection. Designated phone-free zones help reinforce the importance of undivided attention. Establish clear expectations beforehand regarding device usage, perhaps suggesting silent mode with airplane mode enabled when appropriate. Curated entertainment options reduce reliance on individual devices for amusement. Thoughtfully selected music playlists, curated photo displays, or interactive installations provide engaging alternatives that don't require constant screen interaction. Balancing connectivity means respecting both analog and digital habits simultaneously. Set aside dedicated times for checking messages or making calls while keeping most of the evening focused on present-moment interactions. Technology troubleshooting should be anticipated proactively. Have basic charging stations readily accessible and inform guests about availability ahead of time. Consider providing loaner devices for those who forget theirs. Privacy considerations require careful handling of social media posts made during the event. Ask guests to refrain from tagging others publicly unless explicitly permitted, and remind them about photograph consent policies established beforehand. Emergency communication protocols must remain intact despite reduced screen usage. Designate a trusted person to handle urgent calls while ensuring all guests understand how to reach someone if needed during the event. Elevating the experience through attentive service. Thoughtful service enhances the overall experience without overshadowing the primary goal of social interaction. The key lies in anticipating needs subtly rather than overtly interfering with natural conversations or activities. Proactive assistance makes guests feel cared for without appearing intrusive. Observe body language cues indicating fatigue or discomfort and offer support discreetly when appropriate. Maintaining ambient conditions contributes greatly to comfort levels. Monitor temperature fluctuations promptly, adjust lighting according to changing moods, and ensure adequate ventilation in enclosed spaces. Tactile considerations include ensuring surfaces are clean and free from hazards, managing noise levels appropriately, and being mindful of scent intensity, which can affect sensitive individuals differently. Seamless transitions between activities minimize disruption. Coordinate timing effectively so there are no awkward gaps or rushed movements that compromise guest enjoyment. Catering coordination demands precise timing to prevent food shortages or overstocking situations. Communicate clearly with staff about expected consumption rates based on attendance numbers. Feedback mechanisms allow for continuous improvement. Implement subtle ways to gather opinions post-event without placing undue pressure on guests to share extensive thoughts right away. Expressing appreciation through personalized gestures. Gratitude extends beyond simple thank you notes. It becomes truly meaningful when tailored specifically to each recipient's contribution or presence. Understanding what makes each guest feel valued allows for more impactful expressions of appreciation. Memory-based acknowledgments create deeper emotional connections. Reference particular moments from the event that highlighted individual strengths or kindnesses shown towards others. Customized tokens can range from handcrafted items to personalized messages printed on keepsakes. These physical reminders serve as enduring symbols of appreciation long after the event concludes. Verbal affirmations spoken sincerely carry immense power. Highlight specific qualities or actions that made someone's participation especially valuable or enjoyable during the gathering. Purposeful follow-ups extend the positive momentum created during the event. Send personalized emails referencing shared memories or upcoming projects inspired by discussions held during the gathering. Genuine interest demonstrations show that the gratitude is heartfelt rather than formulaic. Inquire about future endeavors or express eagerness to see how ideas discussed might develop further. Collective recognition honors groups as much as individuals whenever appropriate. Acknowledge teams, families, or organizations whose collective efforts contributed positively to the occasion's success. Future inclusion suggestions invite continued involvement without assuming obligations. Mention specific ways guests could stay engaged with ongoing initiatives or events aligned with their interests. Fostering lasting relationships beyond one event. Effective hosting creates ripple effects that extend far beyond single occasions. By nurturing relationships intentionally, hosts can cultivate networks of mutual appreciation and support that enrich all involved parties' lives. Post-event communication should continue organically without seeming overly solicitous. Share relevant news updates, interesting articles, or event recaps in a friendly manner rather than using them solely as sales pitches. Ongoing engagement strategies might include regular check-ins via email newsletters, social media updates, or informal coffee meetups scheduled periodically to maintain warm connections. Opportunities for collaboration arise naturally from shared experiences. Propose joint ventures based on common interests discovered during previous gatherings while respecting each party's capacity and schedule. Continued learning exchanges keep relationships intellectually stimulating. Recommend books, courses, or workshops that align with known passions and initiate discussions about them casually. Community-building initiatives expand the network's influence by involving others in local causes or charitable efforts that resonate with group values and capabilities. Private networking platforms offer secure environments for exchanging professional contacts or resources while preserving the integrity of personal relationships cultivated through shared experiences. Seasonal tradition creation adds continuity to relationships by establishing annual rituals that celebrate milestones together in meaningful ways. Addressing challenges gracefully, no matter how meticulously planned an event may be, unforeseen circumstances occasionally arise. Handling these situations with grace maintains the dignity of the occasion and preserves the goodwill of all involved parties. Transparent communication about disruptions helps manage expectations realistically. Inform guests promptly about any changes affecting schedules, locations, or services provided during the event. Flexible solutions demonstrate adaptability under pressure. If outdoor plans are compromised due to weather issues, swiftly pivot to indoor alternatives that still provide comparable experiences. Support systems should be pre-established for emergencies ranging from minor inconveniences to critical health concerns. Know exactly whom to contact in various scenarios and have contingency plans ready. Damage control techniques minimize negative impacts when things go awry. Apologize sincerely without deflecting blame, take responsibility where applicable, and focus on resolving issues efficiently rather than dwelling on mistakes. Emotional intelligence guides responses during tense situations. Practice active listening skills to fully understand perspectives before formulating appropriate replies or actions. Risk mitigation strategies involve identifying potential problems beforehand and developing preventive measures against them. Regular safety checks and emergency drills help prepare for worst-case scenarios responsibly. Learning opportunities transform setbacks into growth experiences. Analyze what went wrong objectively afterward and implement improvements for future events without assigning fault unnecessarily. Conclusion: mastering hosting etiquette is more than following rigid rules. It's about cultivating genuine connections through intentional acts of care and consideration. When approached with authenticity and flexibility, these practices create spaces where people can thrive socially, emotionally, and personally. By embracing the principles outlined here, hosts can transform everyday gatherings into transformative experiences that leave lasting positive impacts on all participants. Remember, true hospitality stems from a sincere desire to uplift others rather than simply adhering to external standards of perfection.